The South African Weather Service has warned of disruptive rain that would lead to flooding and strong winds across the country. At least 54 municipalities are at risk of being affected by heavy downpours in KwaZulu-Natal. The latest warning comes just days after heavy rains resulted in the death of 8 people and destroyed several homes in the province. Lehlohonolo Thobela from the South African Weather Service joins us to discuss this further. Thank you so much for your time this evening. We do appreciate it. I find it so bizarre that in the middle of what's supposed to be spring, we're taking out our blankets, our gowns, our winter pajamas. What is actually going on? Why has the weather changed so dramatically?
Good evening, and thanks for having me. Yes, I think with the weather, you can never be sure. We report and we bring all the weather as the model suggests. Yes, we have a high pressure system that comes in and bringing in much more of the moisture from the southeastern parts and the eastern areas, from the fetch being the south of the coastal areas further down into the ocean, where much more of the moisture that's brought in result in clouds that are producing rainfall. But this is not only limited to a high pressure system. We also have an upper air trough, which is another weather system that assists with the perturbations in producing type of rain, as well as the clouds that we are seeing right now. But it seems to be that the surface high pressure system is what's dominating in terms of why we're having the weather that we are having right now.
Okay, could you maybe just tell us if we should be on the lookout for extreme flooding and which provinces are expected to possibly have this flooding?
In starting tonight, we have severe weather for thunderstorms that's expected over the central and the eastern parts of the country, which would include Gauteng, the eastern parts of the Free State province, the Northwest province as a whole, southern and western, southwestern parts of Limpopo, as well as KwaZulu-Natal and parts of the central and the southwestern parts of Mpumalanga. We also have damaging winds that are expected over the central interior as well, spreading over to the western parts, which would include the Northern Cape province, as well as some strong winds along the coastal areas between Cape Columbine all the way up until Gqeberha, which is what the warnings for tonight. Spreading over to tomorrow, we still have a severe weather warning for severe thunderstorms, which is expected over the northeastern parts of the Northern Cape province, as well as some damaging winds, which are still expected along the coastal areas, the west coast between Alexander Bay, spreading over to Plettenberg Bay, and some disruptive snow that's still expected over the high-lying grounds of the Drakensberg Mountains, which would be over the extreme western parts of KwaZulu-Natal and touching base over the eastern parts of Free State. In terms of some showers and rain, we're expecting scattered to an isolated chance of showers and rain over the northeastern parts of the country, which then includes times of the eastern parts of the Free State, Gauteng province as a whole, western and eastern parts of the Northwest province, spreading all over to Limpopo and Mpumalanga, which this will only not bring showers and rain, but also cold weather. As we can see, our maximum temperatures over Pretoria tomorrow expected to reach about 13 degrees Celsius. So it's going to be quite cold for the north and central and the northern eastern parts of the country up until at least Tuesday. That's when we're expecting the improvement to start in terms of the temperatures. That's when we start seeing cooling on Wednesday. But spreading all over from today into Tuesday, we're still expecting scattered to isolated chance of showers and thunder showers, especially over the northeastern parts of the country.
It sounds like it's going to get quite intense, especially overnight. When can we expect spring? How long is this weather pattern going to last for?
We are knocking over to summer, my sister, and I think it looks like for as long as we're in summer, we're still going to experience a lot of severe thunderstorms. There's a lot of severe weather. With that, we are still in El Nino, which then suggests that we are expecting less, or rather below normal rainfall over most parts of the summer rainfall areas. However, with that being said, we still experience much more of the extreme weather as the summer patterns progresses.
Okay, thank you so much for that update. I mean, it's not the greatest news, especially if you don't like the cold weather, but we thank you so much for giving us an update. That was Lehlohonolo Thobela from the South African Weather Service. And